This is ARC Sports.
Welcome to ARC BDX Sports. My name is Guillermo Motta. Lots going on in basketball and in football worlds. But we start with the other football, the real football. Portland Cherry Bombs announced their first head coach ever, and she'll be joining us in just a second. That's Janine Szpara. The Portland soccer legend will be in charge of the team's first season in the USL W League, a league that I'm excited to see right here in the Pacific Northwest just because it has so much potential, especially for local talent. But enough of talking, enough of the video. Let's get to the people in charge. Courtney Schmidt, GM of the Portland Pickles, Bangers, Cherry Bombs, half of the city, I feel like nowadays. How are you?
It's racking up. Yeah, I'm good. Good to be here. Thanks for having us.
I know. Thank you for coming back. It's been like almost a year.
I know. It's been too long, for sure.
And Coach, your first time right here in the studio and first head coach for the institution. How does that feel?
Awesome. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be with the Cherry Bombs. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, we don't bite. You can get a little bit closer. I feel like you're all the way over there. There you go.
Kick back.
Just chilling.
I have to ask you, how easy was it to make this decision? Was it easy to choose someone with such rich history in the sport?
I mean, yes, obviously great choice here, but you know, it was definitely not a decision we took lightly and wasn't an easy process. Wanted to make sure that we were interviewing plenty of good candidates, and by the time, you know, Janine and I got to have a conversation, it was pretty obvious that, you know, the goals aligned, the background obviously speaks for itself, so we were pretty confident that this was the right choice, and based off the responses we've gotten so far, I mean, it's just even more reassuring for sure.
Coach, we're talking a little bit behind cameras and everything. You seem very excited about this opportunity right here in Portland. Tell me why.
For a number of reasons. One, I love the mission. I love in talking to Courtney and talking about what the company wants to do and what their ideas are. It's very community-based, and they're focusing on younger players who need a place to play. And having that situation where the young players are being supportive and having opportunities, to me, is why I coach and what it's all about. So that's amazing. Then the company itself. I mean, the Pickles, amazing, like so successful. Everybody loves them. The Bangers are doing great. I mean, it's a great place to be, and to have this level of women's soccer not attached to a youth club. It's a company that's going to be doing this at another level. So it's great to be a part of that level.
At this level of, I guess you would say, semi-professional, it comes a lot of youth development and developing the next generation of footballers. I'm curious on both of your perspectives, and we start with you, Coach. What's going to be the approach this first season?
Basically trying to identify players, bring them in, make them kind of comfortable with each other, get that team formed, and get them out on the field and be able to like do their best and show what they can do. That's going to be the main starting point of the team.
Courtney?
Yeah, would love to focus on the local girls as well. You know, we're a community-based team. That's kind of the core of who we are as an organization, and we want to stay true to that. Obviously, having a local Portlander as a coach is a great starting point, but being able to really focus on the local talent, you know, whether they're from Portland, whether they're, you know, playing here for school, want to be able to focus and highlight those girls and women, and, you know, like Janine was kind of saying, it is a unique level of soccer, and being able to provide that stepping stone onto whatever's next for each of them.
GM, this was kind of hinted last year when the Bangers were announced. Like, hey, we got something in the works for the USL W. In reality, and I don't know if you can actually comment on this, but how long was this process to get to this point, to have the Cherry Bombs FC here today?
Very long, honestly. I mean, Bangers was definitely something that, you know, we were tossing around the ideas of soccer teams. I definitely wanted to expand in that world, and, you know, Bangers hasn't even had its one-year anniversary yet. You know, it's coming up in February, which is kind of crazy to think about just what has happened in the past year. But yeah, Bangers, I mean, we announced in February, we were playing in May. It was very fast-paced, and everything happened very quickly. And, you know, I'll admit, when we announced the Bangers, I was like, oh, I would love a women's team, and, you know, just kind of wanting to make sure that that was down the pipeline. And, you know, I think it was great to be able to debut with the USL 2 Bangers and really develop what we want to be on our, you know, FC side of things, and, you know, Cherry Bombs, lots of love was poured into it, and it's been great to see just the response in Portland and, you know, and women's sports in general.
Coach, I have a question, and talking about the future of this team and what the roster will be. I know there'll be tryouts and stuff like that, but we kind of saw that relationship between the Bangers and the Portland Pilots, and we saw some of the players like Christian Mendoza go from the Bangers to the Pilots. How much are you looking forward to work with these universities and local youth clubs around to get players into the team?
So I'm so excited that I've already talked to a lot of them. And so trying to, at all the levels. So we've got the 4 D1 schools, we've got multiple D2, D3 schools, community colleges here. So again, going back to the community that Courtney first talked about in our first conversation, which I fully believe in. I coached at community college for 7 years and always believed in that mission of community and who's around you. So being involved with that, coming in here and knowing that that's the mission statement of the Cherry Bombs is so important. And then now, like with all those schools, getting in touch and just, again, making that larger Oregon, Portland, but Oregon community is really stellar. I think that's amazing.
Starting something from scratch cannot be easy. As a head coach, where do you stand on this team? Basically, just starting brand new, and how key is it going to be to communicate not only to the GM and everyone above, but also the community?
I think there's already a core. So yes, it's from scratch, but there's already a core from the company. We know what they stand for, so that's always the good starting point. Knowing what the values, the mission statement is of what you're doing, and so then from there it kind of builds out, and then you kind of see it develop and just incorporate that. You see the players come through that have that same kind of ethos to them as well, and then it all, that's the cohesion, and that's the thing that the beauty of seeing it develop from that starting point.
And the community will show up and support.
They already are.
Yeah, I was looking at the social media on Instagram. I was like, 10,000 followers? I was like, you should share some.
I know. Yeah.
Bring up this week. Not just playing. All right, we'll continue this conversation after the break. All right, welcome back. The Portland Cherry Bombs are getting ready for their first season in the USL W League. And to talk about that, we got the people responsible for that. I was waiting for the camera. Sorry. A little. Okay. Before I forget this question, because I forget everything, but I just asked you off air, what would be your favorite score to win by that first game? And please don't come at me with I just want to have fun.
I think 2-0.
2-0?
2-0 for a couple reasons, but the first one being that 2-0 is the most dangerous score in soccer.
Spoken like a
right?
true coach.
Right. So if you're up 2, you think you're good. They put 1 in, they put 2 in. So that way you've scored 2 goals, but then you're not also complacent because you're like, 2-0 anyway.
Kept them out. Good shutout. Definitely a shutout for the first game.
Yeah.
Is that what do you think, Court?
I mean, 2-0 minimum, ideally.
Minimum.
We're going for gold here. But, yeah, I mean, we do want to be able to see the players obviously develop and, start that team culture from day one, which I think is a priority for both of us, is, establishing that team culture and being able to see it right off the bat. I'm excited. I'm excited for the season as well. And we're talking about around May, the season started. Yeah. The calendar hasn't been fully out yet, but people can buy their season tickets, by the way.
Yes, they can.
Correct.
Online. But the people that are hyped up to see this team and they want to get some merch, what can you tell us about the idea of where this merch is going, just because it's so creative? Like, look at yours. I like that
Killer,
one.
Yeah.
You might not leave with that one here, Tim. I might take it. But
I'm pretty quick.
Who is the mastermind behind all the merch?
We have a great team behind us at Official League is our merch company that we run everything through. But yeah, it's fun to be able to kind of collaborate on different ideas and different branding. Obviously, we pulled that pink colorway from the Bangers and brought in red for the Cherry Bombs. So yeah, we have some good stuff coming. We have tons of merch already available online at the Pickle Jar downtown. We have the Sports Emporium in the Lloyd Center right now. But yeah, lots of good stuff to come. And then we'll have, like our local artist series for the summer during the games with limited edition merch at every single game. So again, more access points to tap into the community and, get more people involved in this Cherry Bombs venture.
Okay, Coach. I just thought of another question for you. I had another one, but maybe we'll save it for later. But we were just talking about the support, right? Before we went on the break, we were talking about the support from the people. How important is that going to be going into this first season in a team that we don't see these type of teams around often, right? We got the Thorns here. but outside of that, we don't have another soccer team dedicated for a women's team. So how important is it going to be the support from the people?
Well, support is always important, right? And the nice thing again is that it comes from Portland. Like that's the community, that's the spirit, that's what we always have. So, I mean, I can't even think of not having it.
Yeah.
And the idea of trying to answer was like how important it is. Like how do you even
It is the most
say
important.
that,
Yeah.
right? Because it's one of the key ingredients to success is what you need, and knowing that you have it. And I mean, the outpouring from my friends alone has been really great. I mean, just people like, oh my God, I'm so happy, congratulations, good for you, and all that. And just, people, ex-players of mine, like all kinds of people coming forward, like it's there. And again, it's one of the keys that can make something very successful and move it forward in the direction that, that we're trying to go.
Mm-hmm. And the direction will be local players, or trying to get as much local talent as possible. How is that going to work? I know there's going to be tryouts, but
Right.
How much scouting will you have to do on your own to kind of bring people in, players in?
Well, there's already on the website, you can already go and sign up, and we already have people signed up for it, like over almost 50 people signed up before it's really even started, before that I was announced, or the coaching staff,
Yeah.
or anything else, So there's that knowledge in the soccer community around here about what's going on. So contacting all the coaches, like I said, all the college coaches, community college coaches, Division 1, 2, and 3 schools in the area, club coaches, just getting all the word out, and all the people that I've known and worked with, people. And the best thing is all those coaches are super supportive, because we all believe in the players. This is an avenue or a pathway for young women to keep playing, which, there's a hole, like you said, in the community of having some place for them to do that. And all those people that I've talked to have been supportive and are helping me. And so there's a long list. Go through the list, go out and watch people, watch film, make contact with people, and then try to bring them in. We'll have, hopefully, trying to get that sorted out, we'll have a little bit of a preview, a little bit of a kick around, or get to know people, just informal first, and then kind of the official all open tryout will be closer to the season, probably in the beginning of May.
Yeah. Soccer City USA is a small world for sure. There's, tight-knit connections that I think, having such an experienced coach now on our staff and someone who is rooted in the community is, only going to benefit us in the long run, and bringing in connections and everything to make us successful.
I'm a soccer sicko, so this is just added to my plate.
That.
Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate you guys. Courtney, I hate to put you on the spot,
Go for
but I need you to tell me, okay? This is exclusive for KUMP ARC PDX Sports.
Okay.
What could be next for the Portland Cherry Bombs that we could hear from? I don't know, maybe kits? I don't know, maybe schedule release?
We do have a couple exciting things on the horizon. Schedule has actually been decided. We are working with the league to get, announcement date, debut date. So a couple more weeks on the schedule, but it is coming so soon. Venue, kits, all of that will be right there behind it. So if you aren't already, follow us on socials, stay tuned, because the announcement of Janine was only the beginning, and we play soccer in 4 months, so it's go time.
Gotta get ready. All right, thank you all so much for being here. All right.